ladies and gentlemen, any commentator, columnist, radio talk show host who does not accept the fact that Obama is a Marxist and that this Congress is utterly and completely out of control, you should start to ignore. It's not just what he wants to do, it's the way he's doing it. My guess is you haven't heard much about what went on today with our healthcare system. But our healthcare system, ladies and gentlemen, is on its last lap. It's on its last lap. It's literally within days of being destroyed. The process has started. I want you to listen to this from the Associated Press. President Barack Obama's Democratic allies in Congress have agreed to let his signature $400 tax cut for most workers expire after next year. That's irrelevant. Just listen. But are moving to give him a better chance at passing his health care bill. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid said today that most issues have been resolved in trying to combine different House and Senate approaches into one budget bill. That measure will set the rules on how Congress considers Obama's agenda for the rest of the year. Lawmakers are rushing to agree on the budget framework in time to give Obama a victory within his first 100 days in office. Late-night talks yesterday produced the framework of a deal that would protect his ambitious plan to overhaul the U.S. healthcare system from a Republican filibuster. The negotiations centered on the annual congressional budget resolution, which sets the parameters for the legislation that follows. Congressional votes next week would provide a symbolic victory for Obama's sweeping agenda to enact a universal health care system, invest in education. Look at the Associated Press uses Obama's lying language. Invest in education and clean energy and cut the exploding budget deficit to manageable levels. Cut it. He increased it. He quadrupled it. Obama marks his 100th day in office on Wednesday. So they are going to use sleight of hand, this reconciliation process, to avoid the supermajority necessary in the Senate to prevent a potential Republican filibuster to begin ramming home socialist government-run health care. And they want to do it as a gift to Obama so he can claim victory within his first 100 days in office. TV Week. The President Obama Show will be making an appearance in the May sweeps. Officials from the Obama administration have asked the major broadcast networks for up to an hour of prime time next Wednesday at 8. According to sources familiar with the request, Obama wants the time for a news conference outlining his first 100 days in office. It's not a news conference, it's a press event to promote himself. So they're rushing through this legislation, this massive legislation, which will have a huge effect on you, beginning the process to take over the healthcare system in this country so they can hand him a gift that he can crow about next Wednesday. The scheduling a press conference on that night, the president is positioning himself to directly participate in the debate over his early performance. Right, they want to tell you what a magnificent performance it's been while he rams home this legislation, and the media will bite it. The media is being played, and the media wants to be played. But they're trying to manipulate the people out there who don't follow this closely. Programmers have been peeved at President Obama's numerous primetime appearances since taking office because every unscheduled speech or press conference results in a loss of ad revenue. The latest appearance falls on the first Wednesday of the May sweeps, which means networks also have to reschedule some programming. By the way, CNN had already announced plans for a major election night-style coverage extravaganza. Our system has broken down, ladies and gentlemen. Our system has broken down in many respects. And this is part of what I address in Liberty and Tyranny. It's broken down because it's been broken intentionally by the statists to reach this point. And what is this point? This point is that they will break whatever rules they have to break. They will pervert whatever processes they have to pervert to advance their agenda. If it means evading the Constitution, they'll evade it. If it means breaking their own rules, they'll break them. And then they call in the press, pat themselves on the back, and get in essence, a standing ovation from the so-called journalistic profession out there. Congressman Paul Ryan, very smart guy from Wisconsin, a Republican. He said to National Review on the Corner today, now they're talking about the possible nationalization of 17% of our economy in healthcare. I thought it was 14. 17%. 8% of the economy in energy. And the largest tax increase in American history, all through a process, listen to this, which will have between 35 and 105 total hours of debate between the House and the Senate. That's an enormous power grab, he said. We will have Congressman Ryan on in a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not deliberations. This is being rammed home. This is one-party rule. This is the statist in charge. They don't want debate. They don't want challenges. They don't want amendments. It's their way or the highway. They have broken our system of government. And now they are trying to break the back of our society. This is a crucial time in American history. And Wednesday will be very, very difficult to swallow with all the praise, all his magnificent legislative accomplishments, they'll say, like never before. And then when you and I note them, we note the Marxist policies that he's been able to pass through this preposterous, mob-like Congress. We're attacked for not giving him a chance. We're attacked for characterizing him exactly what he is. You know, I've been calling him a Marxist since he first came on the public scene. Now Wiener Nation, who used to attack me, apparently, for calling him one, can't say it enough. Beck, too. Scarborough, too. All of them. Now they see it. Finally. They see it. It would have been nice to have had some infantry on the airwaves besides Rush and Strawn and a handful of others. But here we are. Now, I want to tell you something. You still don't need to roll over. You should still call your congressman and senator. And you should still tell them that you don't want your healthcare system nationalized. You don't care about all their arguments because they lie repeatedly through their teeth. You need to tell them that if they vote for this, then there's nothing they can do to win your vote come the election. And I'm talking particularly the moderate Democrats, so-called. 202-224-3121. Let's post that on our website, Rich. 202-224-3121. I don't care if the phone lines are jammed. I don't care if you get voicemail. It's not asking a lot to save your country. But they're trying to do this in the shadows as they tried to do campaign finance reform, as they did TARP, as they did these massive deficits. And we need to wake up to this and we need to address it.